Does Google know who you are? Like, do they really know what your business is about? In this video, we're going to be talking about how important it is to show to Google who you are and what you're about. So, Google has just cracked down on fake EEAT. So, what exactly is this EEAT we're talking about? Well, it's experience, expertise, authority, and trustworthiness. So, all of these things are just really becoming more and more important, especially in the age of AI, where people can just spin up an article in very short time. So you need to really go the extra mile to show that you know what you're talking about, and Google can actually tell that this is trusted information that it will then use as part of its training to show that you have an expert talking about this topic. So all of these become a little bit different depending on your niche. Okay, so like experience, for example, if you're traveling somewhere, if you have a travel blog or some website about traveling, then you have to have actually done the thing, because anyone can just write what ChatGPT says about how Sorrento is a beautiful place. But if you've actually got photos or video footage of Sorrento and the sunset or something like that to show that this is a beautiful place, well, then that is a good thing for EEAT. So proving your experience can be a little bit tricky sometimes, I've found, because, for example, I'm a qualified teacher, and it's quite difficult to get your certifications. You link out to the websites about being a teacher, but it can be quite difficult to actually show that you're a teacher. But I guess linking to different schools is a good start. So the next thing is expertise. So you just say, I have an MD, right? I've spent X years doing this with content to prove it. So if you're a doctor or whatever, you can just show your office, show yourself working as a doctor. Well, then that's going to prove your expertise. Okay, your authority, you want to show that you are actually a trusted authority. You might have won awards. Okay, you get featured on podcasts. All these things help you. I've noticed myself with my own personal brand is like been featured on different podcasts, and now Google seems to know a lot more about me. So this is an easy way to increase your EEAT. Just get yourself out there on the web, apply for a few podcasts if you have a business. And trustworthiness is that your content is honest, reliable, and accurate, right? So that external links, it has current information, and it's a secure site, right? So sometimes it's just really all about making sure that the visitor arrives to your site and doesn't see it as a spammy website. Okay, so you kind of just have to judge that by yourself. It's like, look at your own website and go, oh, would somebody think this is like a spam website, or would they think this is a safe place to actually put their credit card in? You can ask your friends and family as well, because they are not really involved in creating the website, so they might just have that intuition straight away that's kind of hard sometimes to grasp and to put your finger on. So Google has kind of had enough of SEOs trying to fake all this information. So instead of saying I've been to this place, it's just not really enough. You have to actually give photos, add that information, right? So my process has evolved a little bit over the years, because when this first came out in maybe 3-4 years ago, I was a little bit skeptical, I have to say. It was like, well, I mean, like, is Google really going to know about what you are, who you are? You know what I mean? So, and I didn't see any difference in rankings. But I think nowadays, I think they have been just tweaking this and tweaking this, and they've been talking about it for 3 or 4 years. So obviously it is important. So my process now is to use a tool called Arvo. I still use AI because it's just impossible not to use AI for the time that you can actually save. So if you do want to use this tool, I'll leave a link in the comments down below in the first comment. And you can also use the coupon code CONNOR10, CONOR10, if you want to get an extra discount. So this is what the article looks like. You can think of this as an informational blog post that you can put on your website. So how can we actually improve this with EEAT? Well, like you can see, it is a good article. It's got images, it's got everything you need. But there's an extra level that you might want to go to. So for me, I would add customization. So in here, you can actually add your knowledge base. So you can add information about your company. So every single article, it knows that this is about your gardening. It knows that this is about your gardening service, and it'll put your name in there and all of that. And then I would actually add some more information, definitely. So for example, it's like non-GMO seeds. That would be something important. So in this case, I would add external links. I would just press this button here, and then I would go out and find information about non-GMO seeds. So here we go. We just got our link here, and you can check out the page here and just say, okay, check the anchor text is okay, non-GMO seeds, and then boom, that's all we need to do is add the external link. So that will give us that extra bit of authoritativeness, right? That we link out to something about this topic. I would also possibly add a photo. Either I take it myself of different brands of non-GMO seeds, or we can try and add an image here. It depends really if it is relevant or not, if you can actually find something. So you can upload your images here that you can reuse. You can embed a link if you want to already. For this idea, maybe it's not the best idea to use stock photos because Google's kind of tracking these to see that, oh, did you actually, go out and check the non-GMO seeds? So you can also generate an AI image. This might not be relevant in this case. Another thing you can do is use the AI assistant here and just say add some E.E.A.T. So now we have extra information here. The study published by the Journal of Nutritional Science and Vitaminology, right? So you can find some extra quotes and stuff like that. And at the bottom, they've also added the about the author page. So you can actually use all of this information, and then when you're ready, you can publish your article. So this is how you build experience into your posts. You use original pictures, include the photos of yourself using products or screenshots or behind the scenes elements of your online work. Add some video content. It is getting easier and easier to add video content. It is still a barrier for a lot of people, and it takes a lot of time. But if you think about it, you can just pull out your phone and add that little bit of information. People love that authenticity for your business. If they just need to talk to the camera for a little bit, don't really even think about growing your brand. But if you publish a video about the topic, it's always going to grow your brand, right? You don't need to actually spend ages and ages making it super polished. Just try to get it out there. Give Google more information about what you are doing. And some visual proof. You can use ChatGPT now to give you extra information and slides and graphs and all that stuff that might support your content. So if you want to improve your E.E.A.T, well, you might want to do some link audits. Check that your links are live and legitimate every 3 to 6 months. You want to give some regular updates to your content. Keep it fresh. Keep checking that everything is okay. So again, I would do this every 3 months. Author bios, add the author bios to show what it is you do and your profession. And credibility signals, consistently reinforce your expertise through professional presentation. So if you want to learn more about using E.E.A.T on your website, comment down below E.E.A.T for the algorithm. That will help get this video out to more people. And don't forget to check out the tool Arvo down below in the first comment. And if you're ready to watch another video, then I'll put one up here now about how Google has changed with AI. Thanks for watching.